Welcome back to our channel, where we shine a light on the darkest corners of history and the stories that shape our present. As we observe Black History Month, we're taking a moment to reflect on the trials and tribulations and the resilience and strength of Black communities across the globe. And stick around, because today's episode comes with a twist. We're starting with some mind-blowing bonus facts before diving into a scandal that rocked the foundations of medical ethics and racial justice in the United States. Across continents and centuries, Black individuals and communities have faced injustices that are both horrifying and heart-wrenching. From systemic discrimination to targeted violence, these stories remind us of the enduring spirit in the face of adversity. Now for our 5 bonus facts. 1. The Apartheid era in South Africa. This was not just a policy, but a systematic oppression that lasted for nearly half a century, tearing at the fabric of an entire nation and leaving scars that are still being healed today. Beyond the segregation and the racial discrimination that were its hallmarks, apartheid stifled the voices and dreams of millions, segregating communities and dictating the minutiae of daily life based on the color of one's skin. As we reflect on those tumultuous years, it's a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit in the face of systemic injustice and the ongoing journey toward reconciliation and unity within the nation. 2. The Rwandan genocide, a stark reminder of how ethnic divisions, fueled by colonial legacies, can lead to unimaginable atrocities, with over 800,000 lives brutally cut short within a few months. In its aftermath, the world was forced to confront the harsh realities of its inaction and the devastating consequences of deep-rooted hatred. The international community's failure to intervene has since been a subject of intense scrutiny and regret. This dark chapter in human history teaches us the critical importance of unity, tolerance, and the proactive prevention of ethnic conflicts. It underscores the necessity for global solidarity in recognizing early warning signs and acting decisively to prevent such tragedies. 3. The forced sterilization of Indigenous women in Canada. A chilling violation of human rights, where Indigenous women were sterilized without their consent, a practice that echoes the dark side of control and eugenics. The repercussions of this extend far beyond the immediate physical and emotional trauma inflicted upon the victims. They ripple through generations, eroding trust within communities and perpetuating cycles of marginalization. This grim chapter of Canadian history serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of dehumanizing ideologies and the importance of vigilance in safeguarding human rights. 4. The Windrush Scandal in the United Kingdom. Caribbean immigrants, once invited to rebuild post-war Britain, found themselves decades later fighting for their rights, their citizenship questioned, in a heartbreaking betrayal. This scandal unearthed not just the bureaucratic oversight, but a profound systemic failure, highlighting issues of racism and xenophobia deeply ingrained within the fabric of society. The Windrush generation, having contributed significantly to the cultural and economic landscape of the UK, faced unjust challenges that questioned their very identity and belonging. This episode serves as a critical reflection on the importance of inclusivity, the recognition of historical contributions, and the need to rectify past injustices. 5. Racial discrimination in the U.S. criminal justice system, an ongoing struggle against systemic bias that sees Black Americans disproportionately affected by police brutality, sentencing, and incarceration rates. This pervasive issue demands not only awareness but also concrete reform and action. It's a reflection of deeper societal inequalities that manifest in the very structures meant to protect and serve. The fight against this systemic discrimination has ignited a powerful movement for justice and equality, rallying communities across the nation and the globe. These stories, each a thread in the tapestry of Black history, bring us to another dark chapter, one that unfolded over 40 years in the United States, the Tuskegee Syphilis Study. Imagine being promised free health care by the government, a beacon of hope in a time of widespread racial discrimination and poverty. But instead of aid, you're unknowingly enrolled in a study to observe the progression of syphilis, a serious disease, without any treatment. This was the reality for 399 Black men in Tuskegee, Alabama, starting in 1932. The Tuskegee Syphilis Study, conducted by the United States Public Health Service and the Tuskegee Institute, is a glaring example of medical ethics thrown to the wayside, where the health and well-being of Black individuals were sacrificed in the name of science. These men were deceived, told they were being treated for bad blood, a vague term that meant little in the face of their actual diagnosis. It was withheld even as penicillin became the standard cure in the 1940s. The fallout from this study was immense. Not only did it cause untold suffering and death, but it also left a lasting scar on the trust between Black communities and the medical establishment. It wasn't until 1972, when an investigative journalist exposed the study, that the world learned of the atrocities committed under the guise of research. The outrage that followed led to significant changes in how medical research is conducted, including the requirement for informed consent and the establishment of institutional review boards. In 1997, President Clinton formally apologized to the victims and their families, acknowledging the profound injustice they suffered. The Tuskegee Syphilis Study is more than a cautionary tale. It's a call to action, a reminder of the importance of ethical integrity in research, the need for vigilance against racial discrimination, and the ongoing struggle for justice and equality. If this episode has opened your eyes, touched your heart, or sparked your curiosity, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Our journey through history is not just about uncovering the past. It's about understanding our present and shaping a future where respect and dignity are accorded to all, regardless of race. Thank you for joining us today. Together, let's remember, reflect, and resolve to make a difference. Until next time, keep seeking the truth and standing for justice. And remember, the stories we tell today are the seeds for tomorrow's change. Keep looking for the gold in everything, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that move, challenge, and inspire.